Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Thursday, December 7th, 2023, just a little bit after 6:30 a.m. And we are here to do a live trade to show you how easy to use our proprietary trading indicators are and how accurate they are. And by you learning how to use them, you can change your financial destiny by being able to earn more, work less, and have a more joyous life. So with that, let's jump right in. We first need to listen to this guy, and then we'll get going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advanced written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades. I do 3 a week, Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6:30, and on Monday afternoon at 3:30. And then every afternoon, you should be getting Monday through Thursday my daily trade setup. I record a little video showing how I came up with the overnight trade setup so that you can see it, copy it, and see how accurate the indicators work when you have been trained how to use them. When you become a member, we have do live trades every morning at 10 a.m. and then also at 10 p.m. Purpose of the live trades are 1, instructional, and 2, for you to just be able to get some earn some pips from an experienced trader while you're developing your skill set. One of the keys to our success and is our ability, is our focus, our laser focus on giving continuing instruction. Every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. we do a training. Every Saturday morning we do back to the basics training, where we're continually reviewing the various trade strategies that we have and giving you a chance to ask questions to sharpen your skills. Also, if you are interested tonight, and I would just take a screenshot of this tonight, there's another live trade at, oh my goodness, I should have written down the time. I think it's 10 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern for this evening trade. I will, if you have a question, email me, but I'm pretty sure it's 10 p.m. Eastern. And Sean will do that. And Sean uses a different trading strategy than I do. So he is also a very good trader. One of the things I like to work off of is a checklist. Checklists have been, some of you know, I'm a former university professor. So I'm very much into research and researched results. And research shows that for medical doctors, using a checklist, they make far less mistakes. So I'm not a medical doctor, but I do make mistakes, and this helps me avoid some of them. So every day, good habit to restart your green chart, clears out the memory, and picks up any updates that have occurred. Second good task to get in the habit of doing is at the end of every day is to review your trades of the day, specifically the trades that didn't go the way that you wanted. Last night on the overnight trade, we took 2 trades. The pound yen closed profitably. This morning, the Euro USD had just gotten back to break even. If you haven't closed it, I would close it now. In taking a look at where we're at on the Euro USD, we do have the down signal. We actually have a sell signal here. So you could hold on to it. This is telling me that we've got everybody coming down. We're just at the halfway mark. So we've got 3 points here. The 2 orange lines are coming down. Thick blue is going up. So we've got 3 points here. We've got red on top with the green going down. So this is an okay trade. But generally, when I closed it out about an hour ago. This signal, we didn't have the pressure on the signal an hour ago. I just closed it out at break even. So you can hold it or close it out. Generally on that overnight trade, I wanted to close by the time I get up. So and the signal, I guess you can't see it here. But we came within a half a pip of it taking profit last night. So the move was right, then it reversed, and now it's coming back. I would just close it at break even and look for a new opportunity. And actually going back here just one more minute. Normally on the 10-point trade, my confirmation is that the 2-hour and the 4-hour are overbought. 4-hour here is an overbought, because what I want is, if for some reason this signal weakens, I will get the trade off of the 2-hour. The 2-hour, this is a good signal here, but the 4-hour is going up, so I don't have agreement here. So I just assume get out of this now if I can. We trade on price action, and our indicators, which have been around for a quarter of a century, and the guy who developed them, Kevin Jones Sr., he developed them because his consistency wasn't that great. So he came up with some tools to help him improve his consistency, and they did indeed. And he became a very wealthy man because of it. We want to know. So we're trading based on price action, and our indicators are very good at predicting the direction that the market's going to move in. And if we can get that direction, we can take some pips off the top. If we can do that a couple times a day, we're going to be making some money. However, news does impact currency prices, so we want to know what that news is so that we can trade around it. And the best place to get that news is to go to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into kind of 3 components: yellow, which is low impact, I don't worry about; orange, which is medium impact, I don't worry about it, but you can put it into your kind of thought process; and red, which is high impact. Those are things I worry about, and I want to trade around these red items. My experience has been that for things like this. So this morning at 8:30 on the U.S. dollar, they're reporting unemployment claims. This is a published number. They already know what this is before they announce it. And what happens is those that are connected to the people that generate this number, they're able to get access to it beforehand, and it starts to leak and they start to trade on it. So you'll start to see movement in the price before this number comes out. To avoid that, I just don't want to trade it 2 hours beforehand, and we are within that 2-hour window. So this morning, we're not going to trade the USD. That becomes another reason to kind of get out of that trade now, because we've got this news event coming up, and we can't predict how this is going to impact. Generally, the unemployment is strong. Our employment is strong. The question is whether the strength is above or below what their expectations are. So, but I don't try to get into that. And then, I don't know, tomorrow is a bank holiday in Europe, or in Italy anyways. Italy is, part of the European Union. I don't know if this is enough to impact the euro. All right, so with that, let's go in and jump in. The signal I trade off of principally is the 10-point trade signal. As I said, we've got a dozen different signals. One of the advantages of learning from us is that we're going to create a customized trade plan around your availability to trade and around your risk preferences. So this one suits mine. I like to try to get three. I trade it off of a 1-hour chart. I like to be 30 minutes into the chart before so that a chance to form. And I'm looking anywhere from 5 to 35 pips when I trade off of a 1-hour chart. And my sweet spot's 11. If I can get 11 pips 3 times a day, I am doing very, very well. And usually it'll take an hour to 3 hours to generate that. And the strategy is simple in that I'm just trying to get the lines from all 3 sections of the chart to line up. And when I have a certain number of them doing that, I've got a good setup. So let's jump in. The trade, the chart I'm trading off of is something called the Light 6 Major. It is one of the standard charts. It's a composite chart. It's showing me 6 different currency pairs, all US based. When I start, I am looking, I start with the middle section of the chart, which is, we call it the majors and the minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. Black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is the overbought line. So I'm looking for situations where these lines are either above this blue line and pointing down like they are now, or below this red line, which is the oversold line, and pointing up. So when the market's oversold, that's a good time to buy. When the market's overbought, it's a good time to sell. And I'm just looking to carve out a little piece on the up move and carve out a little piece on the down move. So here we have the 3 elements that I'm looking for. 1, we're overbought. 2, all the lines are pointing down. And 3, I've got what's called a double cross, where the red line is crossed over the black, or crossed over the green, and the black line is crossed over the gray. So when I have 3 points, I jump up to the TNTs and count how many lines are supporting. Now, one of the things I don't like here, so even though I've got the 3 points, I've got little pluses that I kind of keep track of in my mind. And one of the little pluses is what the slope of the green line is here. The slope of this green line is less than 45 degrees. In fact, it might even have a little bit of kink in here that you can barely see, where we're going from more steep to less steep. I don't like that. I want this to go from less steep to more steep. So we've got the reverse here. In fact, while we're talking, we're even kind of losing our red line over. So the slope of this line bothers me. I also don't like that we have a big gap from where the end of the green line is to the blue line. I like that to be a little closer. So on this, I would probably just pass because of this. But if I continue my analysis, when I jump up to the TNTs, I'm going to count how many lines are going in the same direction that this is suggesting. So this is telling me sell. 2 orange lines are telling me sell, the thick orange and the thin orange. Blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means sell. So thick blue is going up. So 3 of the 4 lines here are telling me sell. Each of these is measuring movement at a different speed. And the more lines I can get to agree with what I'm seeing here, the stronger the trade, the more confidence I can have that the trade is going to do what I'm predicting it's going to do. So I got 3 out of the 4 here. Then I'm going to jump down to the pressure, and I want either the pressure lines going down or I want the red line on top, and I have neither here. Red line's about to go over on top, but it's not quite there. So because of this, I would pass. But as I was telling you, so even though I technically had the rules here, and actually now we've lost it, we don't have the double cross here. I identified my concern by the slope of the green line. Euro USD, overbought. We don't have agreement. Majors are going sideways. Green line's going up, red line's going down. Right now, the miners are still going down. I don't mind that the miners have run through the channel. I just want the lines to keep going in the same direction. Here we do have the crossover, and here we have 3, but again, we don't have the agreement on the major indicator. The major indicator is the principal. I put a lot of weight on what this is doing. And when you watch my overnight trade, in fact, I just look at just what the green line is doing, on the overnight trade. Pound USD, overbought. Everybody's coming down. Double cross. Good steepness here. So I like this. Good 3 points. Green line is much closer to entering the channel here than it was over here. So 3 points here. 2 orange lines going down. Thick blue going up. So 3 of the 4 here. I need at least 3 of the 4. And the red line is just about to cross over here. Hasn't quite crossed over. You might argue that it is. They're touching. I prefer to see it more like this than like this. So depending on how you argued this, this might be a good signal. When I have the good signal, then I want to confirm the signal. I'm not going to confirm this one because I want to see if we can find a real trade that we can take. I don't want to use up our time. But there is value in you being able to look at the chart and identify what the signal looks like. And the way you get really good at it is by back testing. I posted a video yesterday on back testing. That's how you get good at trading. When we show you the signals, we're confident that the signals we're showing you work. But you need to be confident that the signals work. And the best way to get confidence is with our simulator. You can go back in time and then run through 100 trades by just going back to a specific point in time and then having it go forward and seeing if you can identify the signal. When you identify the signal, you take the trade, and then you see that it works on historical data. USD Canadian dollar oversold. Everybody's going up. double cross, greens on top, grays on top. Of the signals we've seen so far this morning, this is the best one. Terrific steepness on the green line. That's a plus. The lines are clustered. That's a plus. The green line has entered the channel. That's a plus. When I jump up here, 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down. So 3 of the 4 here. Sideways pressure here, though. What makes it sideways is the green is coming up, the red is coming down. I want either both lines going up or the green line on top. The red and green line on the pressure are converging, which means they're getting closer together. So eventually this is going to cross, but it's not there yet. Now you might be saying, well, gee, when this shot up, boy, I'm getting a green candle here. Why wouldn't that be enough to trade? Well, it would be. And sometimes when I see it just the turn in the majors like this, on the Euro USD, I might trade this without having this or this. But before you start making exceptions, you have to know how to do the trade, the way it's supposed to be done. And then when you've seen it enough, then you can start making a few exceptions. But here, this is a good trade setup. And I'm trying to remember where there was one other thing I wanted to say about this, but we're not going to trade it because we've got that news on the Euro USD. Dollar Swiss franc. Another okay setup. Oversold. Everybody's going up. We've got the double cross, greens on top, grays on top. Green line is less than halfway. This signal is a little less strong than this signal. Reason being is that the signal is stronger when the lines are clustered. Still a good signal, though. 2 orange lines going up, 2 blue lines coming down. So we got all 4 here. And here we've got sideways pressure, greens coming up, reds coming down, and the green is just about to cross over. So in terms of setups of the ones that we've seen, this is a nice one. This is probably the nicest one. This is the second nicest one. Dollar yen. Oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. 2 orange lines going up. 2 blue lines coming down. Down pressure, green on top. This is a nice signal. This is a nice signal. Let's see how this translates when we get to the pound yen. I don't want to take it on the US dollar. The yen was way down during the course of the night. So I've cloned this chart. So I've got 6 other currency pairs. So the great thing is, once I learn the trade, I can go through a bunch of pairs to find the setup that I'm looking for. And I'm going a little slower here. Normally I could do this very quickly, but since I'm trying to show you guys how to do it, I'm talking through everything. Oversold, everybody's going up, double cross, 2 orange lines going up, but I don't have any of the blues telling me buy. Both are telling me sell, so I'm going to get 2 of the 4, so I'm going to pass. Australian dollar yen, oversold, everybody's going up, double cross, so 3 points here. 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down, so 3 points here. Green line on top. So this is and the lines are diverging. They're moving away from one another. So that's a plus here. So this is a good setup. Only problem with this setup is what the time of day is in Australia and Japan. Middle of the night in both of these markets. So with that, when I'm trading off of a 1-hour chart, I want one of these markets to be daytime. Because since it's non-prime time, it's going to take longer for this move to materialize. And part of my strategy is I want to get in and out. And to get in and out, one of these have to be prime time. So even though this is a good setup, I'm going to trade on it. Now, if this were a day chart and I saw this, I would take the trade. But it's not. It's a 1 hour chart. Euro Canadian, we're in the middle of the channel and it's turning. Australian New Zealand dollar, middle of the channel, it's turned. Again, non-prime time for this. Usually I like to have the majors get all the way through. Pound yen. Pound yen. Oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. So 3 points here. It looks like there's a little kink in the line where it's going from more steep to less steep. The angle on the green line is more than 45 degrees, so I like that. I prefer the green line be a little closer to entering the channel, but I do have three points here. Orange lines going up, 2 blue lines going down, or thin orange is going up, 2 blue lines are going down. So I've got 3 of the 4. The thing I don't like here is that we're flat here on the thick orange. Thick orange is a scaled number. So when this gets as high as it can go, it's at 10. When this is at 10, it thinks there's no more up in the movement. Clearly, there's up in the movement because we're oversold here. So we've got a little bit of disagreement here. So 3 points here, 3 points here. I've got down pressure with green on top, so a point here. So that's 7 points. 1, 3, 3. All right, when I have 7 points, I want to confirm it. I am going to confirm it by looking at the full chart. And I want to see what the 2 and the 4 hour charts are going to do. And on the 2 and the 4, so this is what we were just looking at. I want us to be oversold. I want us to be oversold. And we are on the 2 hour and we are on the 4 hour. In this case, both are giving us buy signals here. Doesn't necessarily have to give us a buy signal, but I just want them to be oversold. So if this signal weakens, which we're seeing here, that will eventually pick up the trade off of the longer term chart. So I do like this. This is good. So once I have the confirmation, then I want to see, I need to figure out what the trade is worth. And the way that we figure out what the trade is worth is by looking at a full chart. And let's, oops, what are we doing here? I want to, come on. How do we, all right. So I am looking at what my support and resistance is and what the trend is. The trend, so for the last 2 weeks, downtrend. Let's see if we can even make it a little bit longer. So last 2 weeks, oops, downtrend. So when I am trading with this signal, I want to know what the trend is. If I'm trading with the trend or against the trend. If I'm trading against the trend, I'm going to take less pips. So I am trading against the trend because we're thinking about a buy. And and I want to look where my support and resistance is. And I've got some spots drawn on here, but it theoretically looks like you could even be here. because it's bumping here. So support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally break. And I want to trade within the channel. So you see before the line was up here. When the line is here, I'm not trading through this line. And I think we're okay by putting this line here because we came down, it bounced, 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 bounced. So when I see this, now I want to know how much room I have from where we're at to the next line. So here it's 35 pips. You can see that up in the top left corner. 35 pips up and 5 pips down. On a normal chart, like on the Euro USD, it's about 40 pips, 30, 40 pips between these two lines. So we've got a good piece of up movement here. What do I want to? And say we go to the top of that candle, it is 18 pips. 18 pips. All right. I am going to suggest that we take a buy on the pound yen. Buy on the pound yen. But let me just take one more look at it. You know what? I'm going to change that. Instead of taking a market buy, we're going to take a pending buy. Pending buy. So let me show you how to do that. And the reason I'm going to take a pending buy is because when you have a big down move like this, sometimes there's a fake out where it stalls and then it keeps going down. And the signal is a little weak. Even though we have the signal, it's weak. And what makes it weak goes back to, did we already change the hour? Oh, we did change the hour. All right, we got more of a slope here. You know what? With the more of a slope here, I think we will go ahead and just take a market buy. So let's open our MetaTrader 4. Oops, wrong thing here. Open MetaTrader 4. This is a demo account. We got 13,000 in it to figure out my lot size. I am going to move the decimal place over 4 spots. And I can go anywhere from half of 1.3 to double 1.3. I'm going to go to double 1.3. So I'm going to go to 2.6. Because this is going to be the only trade that we're taking this morning. Market buy. I'm going to right click, go to modify. And let me just go back here for a second. That's 8 pips. 20 pips. We're going to take 10 pips. We're going to take 10 pips. Because we're trading against the trend. Actually, we'll take 11 pips. 11 pips is 110 points. I put that in. I click the little blue button. It does the math for me. And we're going to use a 3-to-1, which is 33 pip stop loss. Add an extra 0 that changes pips to points. Click the little red button, does the math for me, then click modify. And it takes us just a little bit of hair over this guy. Let's open it up a little bit so we can see it, which is kind of right where I wanted to be. because we're trading against the trend, I'm taking less pips because we're trading against the trend. So we took on the euro, on the pound, yen. We took a buy with a take profit of 182.557, and a stop loss of 182.104, 182.104. All right, gang, thank you for joining me this morning. We will reconvene, or I'll send out the new trade tonight for the overnight trade, and then we'll see you again on Monday afternoon at 3:30. Thanks so much for joining me. If you are interested in learning how to trade, that's what we do, and we are very good at it. If you want to speak to me more about it, you can call me, and if I'm available, I answer the phone. Or you can schedule some dedicated time with me by going to forexsmarttrade.com, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule, and just you'll have a dedicated 30 minutes with me. Okay, gang, thanks so much. We will see you this afternoon. Bye-bye.